Good afternoon, James.
Hi, Rich.
James, I know the defense made some big plays in the fourth quarter last week, but it's allowed 68 points and almost 900 yards the last two games. How concerned are you?
Yeah, I think it's a number of things. I think, obviously the mobile quarterbacks, have created some challenges for us. The tempo offenses have created some challenges for us. There's no doubt about it. And we haven't tackled as clean. So, we're at a point right now where we're a little bit banged up. We're going to modify practice this week, fairly dramatically, to be honest with you. From what we've done in the past, that's kind of where we're at. We still have some depth issues and things like that, so we have to be smart and get our legs back. We got to be fresh, and we got to be physical. So there's definitely some areas we can improve. I think part of it is we played such good defense around here for the last year and a half. We got to get back to that. So obviously, it's an area that we're focused on and want to get back to playing the way we're capable of playing.
James, how do you feel Saquon Barkley has been progressing away from the ball? Obviously, there's some trust there already in pass protection. He faced a lot of blitzes Saturday. How tricky can that be for a true freshman to pick up all the nuances, and how do you feel he's done so far?
I think really good, especially considering Saturday was, like I said, was all blitz coverage almost every down. All cover zero, all cover one, overload blitzes, a lot of different looks that we hadn't seen on tape previously from them. So I think in those areas really well. And the other thing I'm excited about, I think he's going to be closer this week than he's probably been in the last couple of weeks to 100%. I think that will be helpful as well. Saturday he didn't break the tackles like he normally has done. We went back and watched the tape. He probably had 2 or 3 opportunities that, in previous weeks he's broken those tackles and created some big plays. And I think on Saturday, looking at that tape, he had an opportunity to rush for 100 yards again by making one guy miss or breaking one tackle, which he typically has done. So again, modifying practice this week, him being another week further away from when he was out, expecting him to be 100% this week, or as close to it as possible.
Lancaster newspapers.
Hi, James.
Hi, Mike.
From everything that I know about Illinois, which is probably 100 times less than you know about them, it seems like their offense is much more sort of pro-style passing game than the last 2 weeks. So is this a much different challenge for your defense than the last couple of weeks have been?
Yeah, I think that this quarterback and this coach, they know how to throw the ball, and they want to be in 10 personnel, 4 wide receivers, slinging all over the field. This offense coordinator has been calling plays for a long time. This quarterback we know very well. We recruited. He come to our 7-on-7 camp. He really knows how to throw. He's not a runner, but he does a really good job of extending plays and buying time and throwing the ball away and doing things like that. He's got a real good feel for it. So, it'll be a real challenge. They are big and physical on both fronts, D-line and O-line. And I think one of the real challenges in this game is their pass protection, which is one of the better in the country, one of the better in the conference. Combination of them protecting him and him getting rid of the ball, and our defense and our defensive line in getting pressure on the quarterback. That's something, it's kind of our strength versus their strength. So, that'd be an interesting challenge.
James, can you go back? I want to take you back to, you talked about the matchup between the offense and defensive line. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? And then secondly, matchups on, not matchup, but third down. Your offensive struggles on third down and facing a very good defense on third down.
Yes. Yeah, I think, you look at them on film. They are big and they are strong and they're active. I kind of look at all their backgrounds and saying, where do they get these guys? They got a defensive lineman, like I said, 6'6", 295 from Philadelphia. I'm like, where did this guy come from? But he was a junior college guy that they got. But they are impressive. I think they're as impressive on the defensive line that we've seen this year. So that's going to be a real challenge for us. I think at linebacker they tackle extremely well. I think at safety they tackle really well. And I think if you talk to people close to their program, they feel like their 2 corners are probably their 2 better players on their defense. So it's going to be a real challenge for us. We need to be great on first and second down to get to third down and manageable situations, and then we need to find a way to convert them. I thought we did a few of those things on short yardage on Saturday, and then for whatever reason, we were good on the long yardage stuff. But all the stuff in between, we got to improve. I think that's going to be a major factor in this game, is third down, staying on the field and competing. So we're going to spend a lot of time on it this week. In Skelly's, I'm expecting to see similar stuff that we saw on Saturday from Maryland, similar stuff that we saw from our games against Temple and Ohio State. I think we had an issue come up on Saturday where we got 2-man and no 1-1. Although our receivers did really well on Saturday, that is basically a challenge. When you're going to get man coverage, someone's got to win, and that's going to be things that we work on all week long.